Alright, fellas, what's up? It's Ajax here with more rattle can shenanigans. Overdue rattle can shenanigans. A week overdue, in fact. The 48-hour build was last week, and I was one of the people who, once again, didn't finish. So I am 0-2 on 48-hour builds. As you no doubt remember, this here, the Camaro Z28 Rally Sport was my intended target, and as you can see here on the bench, we've got all sorts of bits and pieces of the Z28, but no finished product. So let me walk you through what I do have completed here. I've been working on a little bit today, but a lot of this stuff was completed last week. So up first, like the chassis here, went in because I had the time now. Went in and did like a little detail work. You can see I've like hit up the wires and everything, and I painted up the frame versus the underbody. So got a nice two-tone bit going on. Happy with that. The interior here, the interior was one of the things like last week I had this. It was pretty much done. The only thing that that wasn't good on this. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can get the get a good shot there for you. Yeah, what wasn't done on this was the as you can see there, the dash. I didn't have the dash detailed, but everything else was built. Put the seats in, was ready to go, was ready to roll. Tonight, one of the things I did was I touched up the center console, got it all wood grained and then chromed. Thank you, Molotow liquid chrome pens. Speaking of which, the wheels. This is one of the rally wheels. Give you a shot of this if you can see it. There we go. Yeah, that's a dechromed rally wheel that has liquid chrome in the center. Once it dries, I'll put liquid chrome around the rim. I dechromed everything last week when I realized that I wasn't going to be able to get the model finished. And like to give you some quick backstory on my tale of woe, it wasn't because I was taking too long or taking my time or anything, but rather what ended up happening was I was tracking really well. Oh yeah, the engine. As you can see, the engine's built. The engine was one of the first things that I got all squared away. So the engine was built. The chassis was in a really good place. I had the front end, the rear end, my lovely exhaust, all good to go, in a really good place. Oh, the firewall. See the firewall back here. Haven't detailed the firewall just yet. See if I can get that to focus for you guys. Haven't detailed the firewall. These bits and pieces here for the inside the engine bay, all that stuff was done. I was tracking. I was in a really good place, and I sprayed the Z28. Let it dry overnight, and then on Saturday I was actually clearing the car. I cleared it twice with no incidents, and then the final bit of clear, like the third thick wet coat that I laid down, I was bringing it back here. I sat it on my bench right here, and as I was moving around, moving things back and forth, because I put it on the edge of the table like a dummy instead of back there where there's absolutely no room over here or something. I bumped it and I knocked it down, and it went down there on the floor, and that hurt my feelings. And that also pretty much effectively took me out of the running for the 48-hour build. One of the things I did try to do, because I had already had it painted, and technically the paint was in good shape, I decided, you know what? Rather than make a big deal out of this, instead of freaking out, I'll just let it dry. With all the crap that's in the clear now, I'll let it dry. Once it sets, I'll get up in the morning, I'll start cutting and wet sanding it, and we'll wet sand it down to the paint, and then we'll clear it again, which would have worked because I got the roof done and was able to get all the bits and pieces out of it. But noticed on the side, the rear quarter panel had actually been scuffed down to the primer. So having sprayed a butternut yellow Camaro, which now that I'm not under this deadline, it's no longer going to be that butternut yellow, but you know, because I had it sprayed butternut yellow, the primer showing through simply wasn't going to get the job done. So that's when I called it quits, and I started taking my sweet time on it. I'm sorry I didn't get a video up last week, but I was working, and I was distraught, and I was disappointed, and I'm 0-2 now. And then this right here, this is the purple pond that the body has been sitting in for the last week. So on the agenda for tonight, going to take it out of the pond, going to scrub it, and probably do what I can to strip it down, get it ready for paint. Not sure what color I'm going to go with, but like while that was sitting in the pond, I also took the chrome tree that was in there, and you can see here it's been stripped, and I've added a little bit of liquid chrome to the headlight inserts for the non-Rally Sport grill, and yeah, got the taillights back there too. Probably going to go with the RS now because it's been stripped and everything, and I'm probably not going to go. Well, I know I'm not going to go with the butternut yellow. I'm just not sure which color I'm going to be painting it now. I've got back here, I was fiddling with it earlier. I've actually got this Fathom Green Metallic, which is a really, really dark green. It's what many of the Camaros wore back in '69. Probably not going to be using that color for this particular build, though. I got a couple options, and now that I've got the chrome stripped, I'm also thinking about going with like a unified body color, maybe even black chrome around the windows instead of the liquid chrome. But we'll see. We'll see. At any rate, I wanted to get something up online so that you guys knew where I was at, what was happening, and didn't have to wait for a postscript. I am sorry that I made you wait a a whole week for a postscript just to phone in some failure. But hey, schedules being what they are and disappointment being what it is, it is what it is. So 8 minutes in, and I've been blathering on for entirely too long. I will give you guys an update on this when it is out of the pond, all squared away, and either ready to be painted again or painted. And once I get beyond this, actually looking forward to being able to share progress on some of the other builds that I've had in the works. So let's get this 48-hour build off the workbench, and then we'll get back to these crazy rattle can shenanigans. All right, you guys have a pleasant rest of the Sunday evening and a really good week coming up, and I will talk to you soon. All right, see ya.